Well, my crusty, rusty old bike has a cool LED light, but my other bike does not have a light, and it really needs one. So I was looking on Marketplace, and I found a cool old vintage light made for a bicycle. So let me show you what that looks like. It's pretty cool. It needs some upgrades though. Let's do it. But first, has anyone seen my Volkswagen lately? So this is a light here that I picked up. It's a crusty old bicycle light. It did have batteries in it. Got a little on-off switch. I did not receive the lower half of the brackets when I bought this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and make something to make it work. We're going to clean this thing up, do a little restoration, and update it, hopefully, to some LEDs. So let's go ahead and get started taking this sucker apart. I got this headlight piece cleaned up. I was thinking that this was, probably plastic with some sort of finish on it, but this is actually aluminum from what I can tell. So I'm going to see if I can take a crack at just polishing it up and make it look nice and reflective like it's supposed to be. So, I'm going to use a little bit of Mother's aluminum polish right there in my Dremel, and since it won't fit on my polishing wheel because I'm not going to get it in there, and let's see how it comes out. Okay, here we go. So this is after just a couple minutes, and let's see if it comes out nice and shiny. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, I think that did the trick. Look at that. Almost a mirror finish. Looks good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and polish the rest of this up and make it look all nice and new, like a shiny new penny. There we go. Nice and shiny. That thing looks awesome. Anyway, on to the next step, which I think is going to be cleaning up all this metal. So, I know some people are going to say, you know what, it's only original once, but obviously it didn't look like this originally. I am going to go back with the white and chrome with the, I think, red bracket. So, as close to that as I can with what I have as far as limited supplies. Okay, well, as far as the bezel is concerned, this is actually steel that is chromed, and as you can see, it's pretty far gone. That's the top side, so that's just nasty. The bottom right there actually did kind of polish up somewhat, but then again, that's the bottom, so it doesn't really do me much good when the top is all crappy. So I'm gonna try and figure out something different with this, just to kind of bring that back and up to par with the rest of how this thing's gonna look when it's done. I was just cleaning up this bezel and I noticed something. Check it out, made in the USA. Also, patent number, it is D128967. I don't know, maybe 1967? Sure, why not? We'll go with that. So, yeah, that's the new table. Yeah. There we go. Nice and clean for the most part. Good enough to put some paint on. Alright, so paint choice. I think I'm going to go with kind of the original red and white look. I have some automotive enamel red and some Duplicolor white. But start off everything with some good old primer. That'll help kind of protect everything. Primer everything in and out. Put white on the bucket and then red on the bracket, and then that'll kind of match the bike that it's going on, which is overall kind of red, and then it has some chrome accents with white walls. So should be a nice match and should look really good on there. Okay, looks like the primer came out real nice. Anyway, now that it's stopped raining, I can go ahead and throw some paint on here. Alright, well, the paint isn't completely dry yet, but it's dry enough to the touch. So I'm going to have to clear coat this, and because it came out with a satin finish, and I got a nice run right across there, so I'm going to have to sand that down and throw some clear coat on it. Should come out pretty good. The brackets, the red brackets came out really nice, but I need to install a switch on this. I was going to use a little selector switch left and right like I have on my other bike, but I don't have any more of those, so I'm going to go with this little tiny toggle switch. So it should be appropriate. It's pretty close. I'm going to have to hog out this hole just a skosh in order to make this work. I'll do that before I do final paint, and then it should come out pretty good. And there it is, installed, something to that effect. Cool. Okay, time to figure out the lighting situation. I definitely want to convert this thing over to LED. I know the little square ones work pretty good. They're fairly bright. I'm going to use basically just a single LED in this guy. So I went over to Walmart, spent a couple bucks, picked up a nice bright LED. See, it's the single square one. Ozark, Ozark Trail flashlight. But I'll use the guts out of that to power this light, and it should be, well, fairly bright anyway. pretty lightweight. Must not have much amp hours to it. Okay, and there's my light bulb right there. So basically it's going to attach to this and all that sweet jazz. Okay, well, just about got the lighting guts rigged up on this thing. Just took a couple pieces of wire. This is the 3 AAA battery insert out of another flashlight, and wired that in. So I'm going to have a little more voltage, basically going from the original battery, this 1.5 volt, going up to 4.5. So it's going to be a little bump up in power. Should be a little bit brighter. Alright, I got everything soldered together here. 3 rando batteries from my junk drawer. See if this thing will work. None of my solder joints break. Boom. Nice. Not bad. Okay, well, took my little cardboard template, transferred it over to a piece of steel. Should work out pretty well, should be easy to cut out. Unfortunately, I just threw away a piece of stainless that would have been perfect for this a week ago. That would have been really cool, would have been a little bit stronger, less prone to bend, and I could have even polished it up to make it look super fancy. But for now, I can go with this, and if I want to make a stainless one later, I can do that. Okay, right on. I ended up finding a couple pieces of stainless steel. Got the patterns transferred over, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, get them drilled. I really wanted to use stainless because hopefully I can get them polished up and they turned out really cool, so we'll see. Now this is definitely thinner material than what the brackets are supposed to be, but hopefully with it being stainless, it'll hold up its rigidity strong enough. Yeah, let's get the cutting. Them's is some white hot sparks. That's not even. Oh well. Pretty close. Okay, got the 2 basic shapes roughed out with the grinder there. So I'm gonna go over to the grinding wheel and just kind of square these up a little bit and smooth out some of the lines and take off burrs and things of that nature. I need that to bend right at the edge. And I'm going to need a hammer to make it happen. It is cracking. Oh my gosh. That's not good. Hopefully now. There's no way that's going to bend back. Nope. I just left it bent like that. Can that grab on? I mean, technically it would. Yeah, a little bit of like a 45 in it. This one needs to bend the opposite direction. Mirrored image. There we go. Is it because I cut it? I don't know, why is that? Probably because I'm hitting it with a hammer. It needs more of a gradual. Oh, crap. Wow. Yep, that snapped right off. Well, that's not going to work. Dang. Doggone it. That did not work at all. Man. Well, shoot. Now what? See if I can get one of these to go. And then if I got to make it one to match, then I can. That one's done for. Okay. Here's the little contraption that I came up with. That might actually need to come together a little bit more. It's fully adjustable. Yeah, come on. There we go. Maybe. Yeah, that's better. Okay. The tape isn't sticking real good because I keep my tools oiled. This is one of my vintage wrenches I picked up recently, and let's see if this works. Hopefully it don't break. It's folding. I need that part to kind of stay flat. I can deal with that afterwards. I mean, is that good enough? It can't be perfectly the same size as my handlebar because then I won't have tension. I need to have spring tension. So between the top loop and the bottom loop, which this is, needs to have a little bit of tension. So let me try that. Okay, well, as you can see, it kind of put the bend here where it needs to be more like here, kind of right out the gate. Okay, so when that goes in there, you see my bend is a little far forward and needs to be back here more. Okay, let's try my jig in a little bit different kind of configuration. Okay, I think I figured out part of my problem here, why that initial bend was so off kilter is because this, as you can see, the back of that thing is so prominent, like that's the angle it has to be at to press together, and that thing is just ridiculously wanting to push that socket down farther. So I grabbed my other wrench, which is identical almost, but it has much less of a overhang on it. So as you can see, it's better. I could probably kick it out a little bit with something, put a spacer in there, but at least this one's a lot better than old Bucktooth Becky over there. So let me try and get this all rigged up again and see if I can get it to work. All right, let's watch the carnage. Wish I had something that would hold that front angle so it would actually straighten out, kind of flat. See, it doesn't, it has a lot of spring back. Boom, on the floor. Okay, anyone see what I did wrong? This is supposed to be mirrored. How the heck did I do that? Yeah. Anywho, I don't have enough material to cut out another one, so that's just gonna have to get modified and be as is, because that's the shape that I need, and it's really the only problem is that angle. So all right. Actually, you know what? I have enough material I could actually curve this one the other way and make this one the left side, and this one can be the right. I think that's what I'll do. Yep, problem solved. Can really go out and spot the bad guys with this, can I? Well, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I want to thank you all for watching it. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to also hit that bell to get notified when new content does come out. Well, that's going to wrap it up. This is Mr. Trenbo. I hope you have good luck with your projects, and God bless.